If you're waking up every single day feeling lost in life, feeling like you're just going through the motions and you're very unmotivated, then this video is for you. I have been in the exact same spot many times over the past decade, and I want to share with you 3 decisions that I made that truly changed the trajectory of my life in only 100 days. But before we get started, I'm Pinili. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. If you're not yet subscribed but you love the topic of this video, hit the subscribe button, and if you keep coming back and you still haven't subscribed, hit that subscribe button. Let's just call it what it is. You're not lazy, you're not broken, and maybe you're not even lacking discipline, but you're definitely disconnected from life. You're disconnected from who you truly want to be in this life. I know that every single time that I've got into this cycle where I'm feeling unmotivated, where I feel like I'm just waking up and I'm going through the motions of life, I know for a fact that I've lost my spark and I'm disconnected from my true purpose and my true identity of who I want to be. And so if you are resonating with this, I want you to take every single point that I make in this video and I want you to go take action on them for 100 days straight. Why did I choose 100 days? I don't know. It sounds cooler than 90, but just stick with me. I promise if you do these consistently, yes, consistently, you are going to become virtually a completely different person by the end of this 100-day period. So if you're watching this video today, mark this as day 1 because I promise you the decisions and shifts that I share with you that I made are things that you are going to be able to start right now. And something to keep in mind is that we are human beings. We are never going to have periods where we aren't feeling like this. I just think it's a bigger call to reassess what is happening in our life, reassess the direction we are taking, and think bigger, connect towards our long-term vision. Because I know every single time that I have been in this type of scenario, I have lacked clarity, I have lacked focus, and I haven't been connected to the bigger picture of my life. Yes, living in the present is very important, but it's also equally important to know exactly what your long-term vision is when it comes to who you want to be and who you want to become. And anytime that I have disconnected from that, or anytime that I haven't checked in with that, I find myself slipping and I find myself waking up feeling like I'm just going through the mundane energy of life. But it doesn't have to be like that. And that's exactly why I'm going to share with you these shifts, these decisions that I made. And if you do them in the 100-day period consistently, I promise you, you are going to see change. This framework really came from a time just before I started my online business where I thought, is this all there is to life? Is this all I am going to do? Wake up every single day and just repeat the same habits, the same behaviors, attract the same patterns and cycles and relationships. And I remember being in my bed one morning and I called up sick to work when I was working in the fitness industry, and that's not something that I ever did. I think in the 2 years that I had that job being a gym fitness manager, I didn't call in sick once. And I called in sick and I remember that morning just crying in my bed thinking, what am I going to do with my life? Why am I so disconnected from who I am? Why have I felt like I've lost my spark? Why do I feel like I'm here on this earth to live an above average life, yet it doesn't feel like I'm doing that? And I'm sharing this with you because I think it's important for you to understand that I've been there. I've been there and I have felt it in my bones when you know that you are made for an above average, extraordinary, inspiring life, but you're just not hitting the mark. Steal everything that I'm about to give you and modify it for your own. That is key in this. I never want you to take anything I say and feel like you just have to do it as I say it. Modify it so you are more likely to actually go do it. Decision number 1. I decided to have non-negotiables for all areas of my life every single day. So if we're going to do this super simply, I would break the areas of life up into 4 areas: career/business, relationships, financial, and wellness. Every single day, you must look at these 4 areas of life, and I want you to create a non-negotiable action, behavior, habit. Now, I want you to think big with this. And when I say think big, look at your long-term vision. Writing in wellness, drink 3 liters of water every single day isn't really going to move you towards your long-term vision. Is it important? Absolutely. Of course it is. And make sure that you stay hydrated and you drink your liters of water. But what happens a lot of the time is subconsciously, we are actually avoiding our success. So even though consciously you don't want to fail at hitting those wellness goals, subconsciously you're afraid of what that success looks like once you eventually hit it. So we play small by writing goals like drink 3 liters of water every single day. I want you to make your non-negotiables things that are truly going to challenge you, things that are truly going to move the needle forward when it comes to your development as a human being. These non-negotiables need to feel uncomfortable. That is how we are going to expand our capacity of what we believe is normal and actually bring ourselves into a new way of being. And a hot tip for this, I actually do this every quarter where I reassess my non-negotiables. Now, you can start off with one per section. I've got a couple per each sector of life, but I make sure that every quarter I am assessing what worked, what didn't go well, and am I actually pushing myself to my full potential? And if at the end of the quarter, nothing has really changed in that sector of life, then I know I haven't really been hitting the non-negotiable, or the non-negotiable is a safe goal. It's not really going to move the needle. I love having non-negotiables in every single area of life because it really helps you anchor into what's important and what you truly value when it comes to developing yourself as a human and to creating the success that you envision yourself to have and the success that you deserve. Decision number 2, I have zero tolerance for shame loops. This one is a huge one because what this allowed me to do, coming from a former perfectionist, is I allowed myself to develop more self-trust and more self-respect versus trying to be perfect all of the time, whether it was just for me, in my business, or for my friends and family. If I didn't check off every box of what I was meant to do that week, I didn't spiral. I allowed myself instead to reflect on what was working really well, what wasn't working well, and to objectively find out the answers as to why things weren't working well. I noticed after the years that I would go into these shame spirals when I wasn't doing something I perceived as perfect, and it only hindered my success. And the biggest way that I've been able to do this is just to give myself a pep talk. Anytime it's happening, have a conversation with yourself, speak out loud. This is one of the reasons why I love voice noting my clients, because texting is one thing, but to actually voice out loud what is happening in your head, it is powerful. It is next level. Some of my clients even video themselves on their iPhone like a mini vlog. They don't show anyone, but allows them to actually speak out loud what is happening in the moment versus staying in their head and creating a narrative that they're not worthy enough, that they're not good enough. It is time to have zero tolerance on shaming ourselves and judging ourselves. That is not productive. What is productive is learning where we are now, where we want to go, and how we are going to do that with self-trust and self-respect. Decision number 3, I decided instead of just keeping it in my head that I had this big vision for my life, that every single week, at the end of the week, because I like doing that, I would sit down and reconnect with my vision for at least 15 to 30 minutes. Taking 15 to 30 minutes out of your time to reconnect with your long-term vision is going to help you keep on track. I actually believe that self-reflection is one of the most powerful tools that we have as human beings. Let me know in the comments if you want me to do a separate video on self-reflection and how to use it to your advantage. But deciding to connect to where you want to go is always going to be good, not only for your goals and intentions, but for your soul. I think that sometimes life just gets in the way, and that's how we get in the motions, and it's like we're on this hamster wheel of just doing the same thing. But if we took 15 to 30 minutes out of our week every single week to actually be present in what am I doing, what is going really well, what isn't going well, is this all helping towards my big picture? That is really going to help ground you in the present moment and actually help you assess your behaviors, your patterns, your belief systems, and your current identity, how you see yourself in your life. This is bigger than creating a vision board and staring at it and visualizing. This is bigger than writing down your feelings in a journal. Both are important. I'm not saying they're not, but what I really encourage you to do is make sure that you are actively connecting to who you want to be versus focusing on who you are right now and ruminating in anything you feel is wrong or is bad or isn't enough or isn't worthy. Don't focus on those things. Learn from those things and make sure that you're connecting everything that is going really well to the longer term vision. Remember, no one wakes up magically being a new person. You have to make a decision to become a new person. You have to make certain decisions that are going to change the way that you are living your life, that are going to change the way that you self-identify. This is your 100-day invitation to decide differently. You don't need to start on a Monday. You don't need to wait for a brand new month. You don't need to wait until Mercury retrograde is over. What you do need to do is start today for 100 days consistently. Decide differently. And if you're going to start this 100-day reset, let me know in the comments by commenting day 1, I'm in. I can't wait to hear about your progress. Keep me updated, and I'll see you in the next YouTube video.